Hello clarinets, and thank you very much for joining me to this clarinet tutorial. Today we will be learning the G major arpeggio. Arpeggio is just the pattern of notes where we do play, skip, skip, and then the pattern starts again. So here are our notes. We've got G, B, D, G, D, B, G. Now, just like we did last week, let's start off at the top because we start off with our easiest note on the clarinet, which is no fingers whatsoever. And then we go from a G down to a D. Now this is a big jump. We have a big step of skipping out the Fis and the E. So we go G to D. So can we just practice moving our fingers and try and make sure that they all move at the same time from a G to a D. I don't want them to go like that. G to D. Just practice that. You can pause the video, practice just doing that. Go and sit in front of the telly. Just practice your fingers moving that if you want. Just trying to get this movement with our hand. So I play, then you play. Here it is, G and D. Now you, G, D, one more time. Now you, G, D. Very, very good guys, well done. If you need to pause the video, then please do. If not, let's move on. Next thing we need to do is we go from a D to a B. So we have to sync up this finger and this finger moving at the same time. So again, just pause the video, have a practice of doing this motion with your fingers. You don't need to concentrate that much because it's just, it will just come muscle memory. So we're trying to make sure that these fingers are moving at the same time. You can even practice it away from your clarinet if you want. So I play, then you play. D and B. Here I go. Now you. D, B, and again. Now you. D, B. Very, very good. Well done. If you need to pause the video, then please do. If not, let's move on. So our final two notes that we need to learn are B and G. And again, it's all just about getting these two fingers moving together at the same time, which is actually really hard if you've not got a clarinet in your hand. So you can just practice that movement and you'll get it. So I play B and G, then you play. Now you. B, G, now me. Now you. B, G. Very, very good. Now, if you've got thinner fingers than I have, you might find that this finger, your ring finger, slides up off the clarinet holes and it might make this sound. That sort of sound might come out, okay? It's all about making sure that we are covering all of the holes completely properly, that there's no air that can seep out at all, because if they aren't properly covered, they're not going to make a proper note. So I'd recommend practicing in front of a mirror so that you can check exactly what your fingers are doing. Right, let's practice that whole passage. So descending from G, then we do D, then B, and then G. Let's just sing in mine. 3, 4. G, D, B, G, and again. G, D, B, G. I play, then you play. Now you. G, D, B, G, and again. Now you. G, D, B, G. Very well done. Please pause the video if you need to practice that. If not, let's try the whole arpeggio this time. So we start off from the low G, we ascend to the high G, and then we descend back down to the low G. So I play, then you play. Now you. G, B, D, G, D, B, G. Very, very good, guys. Well done. So this week I want you to practice this arpeggio. We've now learned all of the notes that we need to do for the exam. We just need to make sure that it goes faster. So on the way up, when you're practicing, please can you try doing it with 2 tongues per note, and then descend double the speed with 1 tongue per note. It will sound really confusing, but let me demonstrate. So you see, if you practice ascending and descending with different tongues on the same note, then you'll eventually get the speed up that you want, because you want it to eventually go this speed. And the only way to do that is to practice it slowly with a metronome at first and then gradually build up. So just like you were doing with your scale practice with the metronome, please apply that with your arpeggio. Very well done. Next week we are going to learn our first, so the piece that we're going to be looking at, which is called Hushabye, and it's in the same key that our scale and our arpeggio. And so very well done. Have a great week practicing. And